Wait.
Why did I think it was a good idea to binge thriller books for my first time reading thrillers?
Bro, she's crazy.
Where is it? Where is she? Because I don't know.
What's the most scared you've been reading a book before?
Yeah. She's so stupid. Hey, welcome back. I have never read a thriller book. Like ever, which is surprising because I really like mysteries, thrillers, psychological thrillers in movies and TV shows, but I've just never experienced that in book form. So in this video, we are going to be reading thrillers and only thrillers in 24 hours. Now, when people do a 24-hour vlog, they usually do it for 24 hours straight, but I'm just not one of those people because the new year just started and I'm not about to set myself up for failure by creating a trash sleep schedule. We're not about that. We're leaving that in 2023, okay? So instead of doing it for 24 hours straight, we're gonna be doing it the timer or stopwatch method, which is basically just me having a stopwatch every time I read, and if I stop reading, then I stop the clock. And I continue like that until I reach 24 hours. That seems a lot more doable for me. I'm kind of nervous because I don't actually know how much I can read in 24 hours. I'm not the fastest reader in the earth. You know, I usually like to marinate when I read, but we're really going to be challenging ourselves, okay? I have 4 books on our lineup right now. One of them is a physical book, which is The Coworker by Frida McFadden. And then I have Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. And last but not least, What Lies Between Us by John Mars. I know 3 of the titles had the word lie in it, which was not on purpose, it was just a coincidence. But we're gonna start with The Coworker. Okay, so we are about 80 pages into the book right now, and nothing super crazy is happening yet. We are following our main character named Natalie, and she has this coworker that's a little strange. But the thing about this coworker is that she follows this very exact schedule when she's at work.
She shows up at her cubicle at the exact same time, she takes bathroom breaks at the exact same time, and she goes to lunch at the exact same time every single day.
So one day she doesn't show up, and it kind of raises an alarm for the coworker Natalie because it's very out of character for Dawn. Dawn is the strange coworker. After that, a bunch of strange little things have been happening, and we basically find out that Dawn is hurt. She's like missing, and we have no idea where she is, why she's gone. We have no clue. But yeah, it's very okay. We still have 3/4 of the book to go, and we are 2 hours into the 24 hours. So I'll update you when I finish it. Wait a minute. You know, I considered this a possibility, but wait. Bruh. Oh, wait. But you know what? That's gonna get crazy. Oh, shoot. He knows. Okay, it's really making me question everything that I knew about this story. Oh, shit. It is 2:11 p.m. right now. We are about 9 hours into the 24-hour mark, and I finally finished our first book. I feel like this book did not need to be this long. The most interesting part about this book is the last quarter of it when you get to part 2. But aside from that, all of this is just you learning more about the characters, learning their personalities, and all of the events that lead up to like the crime scene. Honestly, I've read more interesting books than this, and for it to be a suspense, like thriller kind of book, I really wasn't all that thrilled. Personally, I think it dragged a little bit, and if I didn't have the goal of reading as much as I can in 24 hours, I probably would have taken a lot longer to finish this book just because it wasn't as page turning as I thought it would be. What I will say though is that by the time that you get to part 2, it really makes you question whether you really knew the story or the characters. Overall, I thought it was very okay. This is my first thriller book ever, and I'm not exactly sure what I had expected reading a book from this genre, but I really hope that there are better thriller books out there. I know Frida McFadden is a popular author for thrillers and like suspense, but I just really hope that her older works are better than this. It's not terrible, but like I said, for it being like a thriller, I wasn't really thrilled. But yeah, I do have another book on the lineup from the same author, and so I'm really hoping that that one is better than this one. Oh my god, it took me 9 hours and 32 minutes to finish this book, which is a little bit longer than my goal for that one. So hopefully my next book will be a little bit of a faster read, and I am reading on a Kindle, so I think that helps. Let's see, what should we read next? Let's do What Lies Between Us. I have only read the prologue, and already I really like the writing. I already feel so much more connected to the characters just from the writing style alone. I low-key already have high hopes for this one. I hope it's good. Hey, it's like 6 right now, and I realized that reading on my bed was a mistake because 2 chapters into reading this book, I got really sleepy, and I couldn't help but take a really fat nap. At first, I set it up for 30 minutes, but I feel like we all know I was just really lying to myself. There was no way that I was gonna nap for only 30 minutes. And that 30 minutes turned into a couple hours, so here we are. At least I had the sense to stop my clock so that it wouldn't keep running while I was taking a nap, but I'm feeling like, I don't know. I feel like I wasted a lot of time today. I might stay up a little longer than I usually do today to kind of make up for that time. Who knows? Maybe I'll just keep going until like the 24 hours is up. But we'll see. Oh, and I forgot to tell you a little bit about this book. So from what I know, there are these 2 women, a mother and a daughter, and they live in this house. I don't know what happened between them, but there's obviously some like tension between these 2 people. And it seems like one of the characters, Maggie, cannot leave the house. We don't know why she can't leave the house. We don't know what happened between them 2, but something happened, and it was serious enough to the point that the other woman, who is the daughter, keeps her mom locked inside her room for the most part. That's all I know so far, and I think that's about how much they tell you in the back of the book as well. There's a lot of mysteries, I have a bunch of questions, and we are gonna get to the bottom of it. Okay, so it's a little bit past midnight, and I don't think I'm gonna be staying up all night to finish off the 24 hours because, to be honest, I'm having a hard time right now. Why did I think it was a good idea to binge thriller books for my first time reading thrillers? Who told me that was a good idea? I literally cannot fathom how people do this for 24 hours. If you've done this 24-hour challenge for 24 hours straight, you're nuts. And you're built different. And I'm just not one of those people. I'm weak. I am weak. I can't do it. If anything, what this challenge has done for me is made me not want to pick up another thriller book in months. For the next couple months, you will not see me reading another thriller book. I'm sorry. And I don't know, it's just really not what I thought that it would be. I thought I'd be zooming through these pages because of how intriguing they are and mysterious they are and like suspenseful and the thrill. And the thrill part especially is missing. Where is it? Where is she? Because I don't know. I don't see it. I don't feel it. At least not from the books that I've read so far. Hopefully that changes. Hopefully this book that I'm reading picks up a little bit and is I don't know, just something. This is difficult. As a romance and fantasy reader, I will admit, this is, it's a little, but we're gonna push through tomorrow, okay? We're gonna push through because we're not giving up. I almost did, but we're not giving up. So tonight, I'm gonna get some good rest because if I don't, I'm gonna be grumpy, I'm gonna hate the world, and then I'm gonna hate reading. And I'm not trying to get to that point, okay? We're not going there. Tomorrow, we're gonna pick up where we left off, we're gonna finish strong, and yeah, let me go to sleep. Bye, good night. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I took a 2-day break Yep. Because I didn't feel like reading. I was not in a mood to read at all. To be honest, I want to enjoy what I'm reading, at least as much as I can enjoy it. And last time I updated you guys, I felt like a zombie. And when I was reading, the words started looking like words. You don't want the words to start looking like words. You know what I mean? When you get to that point, it's torture. So I took a break. And that's okay. And today we're gonna finish this thing. We're gonna finish our 12 hours. I don't care how long I have to stay up tonight, which I know I said that last time, but I swear this time we're gonna get this done, okay? The book, What Lies Between Us, is actually quite interesting. It's not at the pace that I really want it to go. Despite that, like the content of it is actually pretty good. I like the whole concept. There's a huge mystery, which is us trying to figure out why her mom is locked up. And then there's the whole mother and daughter theme. And so far, we're slowly learning a little bit more about the mother and the daughter and the relationship between each other. And the whole time, I'm just asking myself, who is crazier? Who is more psychotic? I'm wondering who is in the most right in the situation, which to be honest probably doesn't even exist given what is happening. But despite the pace of the book at the moment, it's pretty mysterious. Thrilling? But mysterious? Yeah. No. Oh! No, dude.
Bro, she's crazy.
Oh.
What the heck?
If there wasn't any thrill in this thriller book before, there is now. Oh, shit. What? What is going on? Oh no, Bro. She's so stupid. I started listening to the audiobook version of What Lies in Between Us, and can I just say that I like listening to it a lot better than reading it. I don't know if it's because the story is just getting more interesting now, or if I genuinely like it better. I think it's both, because having the audio kind of brings a little bit more life into the characters, a lot better than what I could manage inside of my head. But that's not why I turned the camera on. I turned it on because shit is getting crazy, okay? It's getting to the really, really juicy parts right now. We are now on chapter 50 of 79 and about 16 hours into 24. While we listen to this audio, I want to work on my mood board of 2024. I made a digital version, but now I kind of want a physical version that I can put up on the wall. So let's do that. No. My gosh, guys, let me wait. No. She better not do it. No, oh my god. It is 11:34, we just finished book 2, and we have a little bit less than 4 hours left. What Lies in Between Us was great. It was good. It was really good. I actually really enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend listening to the audiobook if you can, because the voice actress does a really good job of bringing it to life. I don't read a lot of audiobooks, but this one was done really well. Honestly, I don't really know what to say about the book right now because there was just a lot. But just know that it was great. And whatever I thought was missing from the book in the beginning was delivered as I kept reading the book. So here's the thing. We're going to stay up for 4 more hours, but I don't think I'm going to start any of the other 2 books that we were supposed to read because there's just no way I'm going to read it from start to finish in 4 hours. So instead, I'm going to continue reading a book that I started off camera, which also happens to be a thriller technically, and that is Verity by Colleen Hoover. I know there's a lot of controversy around this author, but I did hear that Verity is one of her better books, and so far I've been liking it, and I think it'll be enjoyable. Or I already know that from the start it was just a little bit more enjoyable for me just because it has a hint of romance in it. I'm just that kind of gal. Sorry, not sorry. I'm currently only 65 pages in. There are a little more than 300 pages. I don't think I'm gonna finish this in 4 hours, but I just thought it would be better than starting from scratch, you know? So yeah, let's get to reading and let's see how much I can read until the 24-hour mark. That's creepy. Oh no, no, thank you, bro. What is happening? So this book is taking a very unexpected creepy turn, and I'm kind of scared. So I'm gonna get ready for bed so I can get comfy, and then I'm gonna move to the bedroom so that I don't have to be out here in the living room by myself all night. Okay, let's go do that. The book is kind of creepy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I like it. I like how creepy it is.
That's the most scared you've been reading a book before?
Yeah.
Crazy.
It made me kind of like look around a little bit.
That's crazy.
Oh no. Oh. Okay. Guys, we did it. We have officially reached 24 hours. And as much as I want to give you guys an update and keep reading this book because it's so good right now, I also want to go to bed. It is almost 5 a.m. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Hey, it has been a day. I have finished reading Verity and I've had some time to think about these books, so let's talk about them. First up is The Coworker. This was my very first thriller book ever, and it was disappointing. I thought that The Coworker was longer than it needed to be, and the majority of the book really dragged for me. For something that was supposed to be thrilling and suspenseful, in my opinion, it had neither. I don't think this book is very memorable. The most memorable part about the story is probably just the fact that Dawn really likes turtles, and that's about it. I guess you can say that The Coworker is a murder mystery, but for something that has murder or mystery in it, it didn't seem very serious or threatening or off-putting. Any feeling that a thriller is supposed to give you, I didn't feel any of those things. I think I've already said this before, but part 2 is decent. It's probably the most interesting part about this book, but it's also the section of the story where authors usually do like the big reveals. So by default, it's the most interesting part of the story, which I feel like says a lot about the rest of it. Overall, I gave The Coworker a 2 out of 5. I know you saw me gasping in these last couple chapters, but I feel like it just did not make up for everything else that I thought it was lacking in. I think overall enjoyment was just like not up there. Book number 2 was What Lies Between Us, and I think I had a different experience with this book because I read about 2/3 of the book on my Kindle and then the rest I listened to the audiobook. The audiobook was great. The narrator slash voice actress does a really great job of bringing the story to life, in my opinion. I thought that the character development was good. Not character growth, but character development, if that makes sense. You really get to know the characters in this story, and the relationship with the mother and the daughter is very intricate. Throughout the story, we get flashbacks of the history between Maggie, the mom, and Nina, the daughter, to basically understand what led to Maggie being locked up in the attic. And the more that I learned about what happened between them, I get this push and pull feeling of whose side I'm on. I can never decide. Every chapter, I'm kind of like leaning towards this side, and then I read the next chapter, I'm like, maybe I'm on her side instead. And that push and pull happens throughout the story because we don't know who the crazier one is. Like, who is in the right here? Whose side are we on? That's low-key what I was trying to figure out throughout the whole story. Overall, I gave this book a 3.5 out of 5, and I'm honestly still questioning whether I would have liked this as much as I did if I only read the book, like without the audio. That is something that I will never know. But if you have read this book all the way through, let me know what you thought about the book in the comments. Last but not least, we read Verity. This book had so much potential. So much potential. The pacing was good, it didn't drag for me, it was an easy read, and I like that it had romance in it. But here's the thing. Yes, I like that there was romance in it because romance just makes things more entertaining for me personally. That's just a preference. But it was The romance was shallow. It was shallow. I didn't really think that there was any depth. And funny enough, you don't really get to know much about the main character, which I don't know if that's like on purpose or what. I think the most disappointing part about Verity is towards the end, because they established this villain and throughout the story they developed this villain, but then they end up not being as threatening as I thought they would be. And that is why I say it had so much potential, because during the climax of the story where everything was supposed to be like,
oh shit, oh my god, like, what are we gonna do now? How are we gonna get out of this? Like,
that energy, it just wasn't there. It fell through. It went out the window. Honestly, it was very disappointing. Hey, post-production Danny here. I forgot to say something about Verity that I think is very important. And it is the fact that it is just so creepy and unsettling at times. Enough for me to look over my shoulder. Enough for me to want to retreat back into my bedroom where my boyfriend is, so that I don't have to be out there in the living room reading by myself. And this creepy, ominous, like, unsettling feeling is what I thought I was gonna get out of a thriller. And when I read those two books, that aspect of it was not there for me until I read Verity, and I was like, oh my freaking gosh, this is what I wanted to feel, you know? So yeah, there's that. It's my favorite thing about Verity that I thought the coworker and What Lies Between Us was missing. And if those other two had that aspect to it, I probably would have rated it higher. Okay, back to the video. But overall, I am kind of stuck between giving this a 3 out of 5 or a 3.5. It really isn't that much of a big difference between the two, but that's around the rating that I would give this. Funny enough, What Lies Between Us and Verity are kind of balanced to me in some ways, because what I really liked about What Lies Between Us is what lacked in Verity. And what I did like in Verity is something that could have improved What Lies Between Us. In the beginning of this, in the beginning of this video, we asked the question, how much can I read in 24 hours? And I finally have an answer for you guys. In 24 hours, I read
because I also counted audiobooks.
In 24 hours, I read, drumroll please, 847 pages. I don't really know what to do with that number, to be honest, because I have nothing to compare it to. It's probably not that impressive, but at least now I know. And the next time I do a 24-hour vlog, if I do a 24-hour vlog, I will now have a number that I can beat next time. If you've read any of these books, I would love for you to leave your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you thought about them. Did you like them? Did you not like them? Why? Why didn't you like it? Why did you like it? Oh, and if you have any thriller recommendations, or any book for that matter, if there are any books that you want me to read, that you want to see me read on camera for you guys, then let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys next time.